Welcome to my views and news. Monday's first video is firstly Sudan Ethiopia border, Amhara region, Sudan border, where this morning fighting erupted. It is being said that on the one hand, TPLF is offering peace, Tigray regional government is offering cessation of hostilities. On the other hand, still it is active on Sudan side of the border, and its fighters have launched an attack on Ethiopian territories. We have details for you. Where did this attack happen? Was it close to those areas where fighting has been going on in recent days, or a new front? And is TDF involved there or some other groups? Secondly, Geta Choreda, Tigray presidential spokesperson, released a message just a short while ago in response to EU's welcome of Tigray regional government's announcement of cessation of hostilities. In that message of Geta Choreda, he asked international community to break Abiy-Isaias partnership, to break Eritrea Ethiopia partnership. What did he say? And is it an appropriate statement? Thirdly, statements are now coming in from different players about Tigray regional government's announcement of stopping the war. We'll have a look at the statements from UN, EU, etc. Firstly, viewers, we know that on Sunday, Tigray regional government announced that it was ready to be part of peace process under the auspices of African Union. It was ready to stop the war. It was announcement of sort of unilateral ceasefire from Tigray, sort of. Ethiopian government's official response is awaited. Still no statement from Ethiopian federal government. No posts by Ethiopian National Defense Force as well. Complete silence. There is neither acceptance nor rejection. But as I said earlier, yesterday, when we broke this news, that reportedly the two sides have agreed on cessation of hostilities, but official confirmation is still awaited. Now, this morning, fighting erupted on Sudan-Ethiopia border, and after that we saw a campaign against Tigray regional government that on the one hand Tigray is offering peace, on the other hand its fighters are still attacking from Sudanese territories on Ethiopian territories. Where is this front where fighting erupted? Well, this is not the front where fighting has been going on for some days on Sudan-Ethiopia border. We know that for the last almost 10 days, Tigray fighters have been trying to enter western Tigray, Volkai, Sagade, Humera from Sudan. And much of the fighting was close to Humera, around 20-30 kilometers away from Humera. Tigray fighters were trying to organize themselves, they were trying to move towards Ethiopian border, and heavy clashes went on there for days. Reported drone strikes were conducted on these border territories. But this front which opened this morning is away, is at a distance, at a considerable distance from Humera. This is Matimma front. Matimma is border crossing between Ethiopia and Sudan, between Amhara region and Sudan, between North Gondar and Sudan. Matimma town is right on Sudan-Amhara border, Sudan-Ethiopia border. And in Matimma, Warada, there is Shinfa. This fighting is being reported in Shinfa reportedly. What is the scale of this fighting? It's not clear. But let me make 2 points. Firstly, there are several groups operating on Sudanese soil. There isn't just Tigray Defense Force. There are Kimmeth fighters. There are Gumaz fighters too. And Ethiopian government has been accusing OLA as well, that OLA had crossed into Sudan. So several groups are operating on Sudanese soil. And Kimmeth have been carrying out some activities close to Matimma. They are backed by Tigray fighters, obviously. So it's not clear which group is involved in this resumption of fighting on Sudan-Ethiopia border. Secondly, whenever a ceasefire is agreed, it takes some time for the ceasefire to be enforced. Some incidents happen. Violations of ceasefire happen. Though so far no official ceasefire has been announced. Even after that, you will see small incidents which are sometimes due to misunderstandings, sometimes due to minor provocations. It happens. So it takes some time for the ceasefire to be completely implemented. So that is why we should not see this fighting in Matimma as evidence that war has restarted on all fronts. No, let's wait. Let's wait for Ethiopian government's official position about Tigray's offer of peace. Secondly, viewers, Getachew Reda, Tigray presidential spokesperson, member of Tigray People Liberation Front's executive committee, responded to EU's welcome of Tigray regional government's offer of cessation of hostilities. And Getachew released a message a few hours ago. In that message, he appreciated European Union, EU. Joseph Borrell had spoken on behalf of EU a few hours ago, welcoming Tigray's announcement. Getachew says, EU has been consistently calling for the withdrawal of Eritrean and other forces from Tigray. And now other major players should also put pressure upon Abiy government, that Abiy government renounces duplicitous deal with regime in Asmara. So he says that EU, US, UN, they should put pressure upon Ethiopian PM Abiy's government that it should break its partnership with Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president. Now, one point just I want to make. You cannot dictate with which country Ethiopia should have friendly relations. That is the decision which Ethiopian government will make. No one can influence this decision. Tigray can only say that Eritrea should not be allowed to influence Ethiopian government's policy about Tigray. That is what Tigray can say. It has a right to say. It cannot say that there shouldn't be any engagement, any deal between Abiy and Isaias. Both countries, their leaders can have agreements, deals, joint strategies, agreements about the region, about their countries. Yes, Tigray can take this position that Isaias Afwerki should not be allowed to influence Ethiopian PM when it comes to issues related to Tigray. That's a very valid demand. Otherwise, of course, PM Abiy, Ethiopian government, Eritrean government, Isaias Afwerki, both have right to have close friendly ties. Thirdly, viewers, messages of welcome, congratulation are being shared by international community after Tigray regional government announced unilateral cessation of hostilities We have seen statements, three statements, one from the EU Joseph Borrell spoke, and he appreciated, he welcomed Tigray's move, and he said EU was ready to support this peace process. And we know that EU has been taking a rather strong position on renewal of its ties with Ethiopian federal government. EU suspended financial aid to Ethiopian government last year after the start of Tigray conflict, and since then EU's position has been that Tigray conflict should be resolved peacefully. Human rights violators should be punished, and Eritrean forces should withdraw from Ethiopian territories. And so far, EU has not resumed financial aid to Ethiopia. But EU now is welcoming Tigray's move, urging Ethiopian federal government to do the same. Secondly, UN Secretary General spokesperson also welcomed Tigray regional government's announcement, urging the two parties to start talks under the auspices of African Union. Everyone is saying under the auspices of African Union, but we should be clear that leading role is being held by the US, not African Union. African Union is being dragged along by the US. Mike Hammer, US, is playing the main role. But since Ethiopian government is insistent that it will not let any other body to play a leading mediatory role other than African Union, that is why in statements you would see under the auspices of African Union, but in reality mainly US is calling the shots. US State Department also released a statement. Antony Blinken congratulated Ethiopians on New Year and urged the parties to resolve the issue politically. So EU, US, UN, African Union all have released statements in the past 12 hours. All are welcoming Tigray's move, urging Ethiopian government to reciprocate for the start of talks. Ethiopian government's official response is still awaited. Thank you for watching.